Before we get into it, I just want to say a quick thank you to EA for sponsoring today's video. Yes people, how we all doing? It's Ashton here. We're back with more early Season 10 gameplay for you guys, and in this video, we're going to be taking a closer in-depth look at the brand new legend Seer. We're going to be looking at his new legendary skins that are going to be coming out with Season 10, as well as an in-depth look at his abilities, and talking a little bit about what sort of team comps I can see Seer being really effective in Season 10. So make sure you stay tuned right to the end of the video for that. But first off, of course, we've got to be looking at those legendary skins, because I know that's what you guys are here for. First up on the list of legendaries for Seer, we have the Light Show skin. This is a white, very clean skin, not too much going on with it, but again, very futuristic. Looks super clean and nice in my opinion. Reminds me a lot of some of Mirage's legendaries as well. And following on from this, we have the plain sight variant of the same skin, but this time it's green. Reminds me of Valkyrie's skin actually. Her legendary skin was very similar to this, that kind of military grade green. Really nice alternative for you guys who don't necessarily like the white one. The third skin we're going to be looking at is called Afrofuturism. It's a bit of a mouthful. This skin is a bit of a mouthful. It's an absolutely crazy different skin from all of the rest we've seen, but again, a really nice difference. You know, I always like when skins are completely wild and different from one another, and this is a way more culturalistic kind of skin in my opinion. Following up from that, we have the recolor called Tiger Eyes, a kind of more bright orange variant. Really nice. Moving on from the skins, I am going to be scrolling through all of the banner frames, emotes, and banner poses as well, so you guys have a clear idea of exactly what you can do to customize your banner for Seer. Honestly, there is such a great variety of banner poses and banner frames. Like, personally, this is one of my favorite parts about a new legend coming out. I love the banner customization aspect to Apex, and honestly, some of these banners are the best I have ever seen. I love the different variations you've got. There isn't one that's better than all of the rest. I think they've all got some really cool animations on there. Personally, my favorite would probably be the icon of the Outcasts banner frame. I love the green glow that it's got going on in the background and all of the moth drones lighting up in a big blue kind of pattern behind Seer. I love how that looks, but there is just so many good banners for Seer. I mean, you could probably make a load of different combinations work, and I'd also say Seer has a bunch of pretty decent banner poses as well. There's a lot of variation in there, some close up, some sort of more zoomed out, and some action shots in there as well. Of course, those of you who hate Octane, there aren't many of you who hate Octane. Pretty much everyone loves Octane, but I mean, if there are any Octane haters out there, I'm sure you're gonna love this banner pose. And last but not least, he's got some pretty cool emotes as well. If you can call this cool. Moving on from cosmetics though, let's take a deeper dive into Seer's abilities. It's been a hot topic of discussion based off of what you guys have seen so far, and I'm really excited to share some, insight into what Seer is actually going to play like in Season 10. So let's start off with Seer's passive ability, his heartbeat sensor. Now, it is important to also note that Seer can scan recon beacons as well, because I'll probably forget about that, so let's just get that out of the way. He's a recon character and can scan recon beacons, but with the heartbeat sensor, as you can see on screen here, it does have a radius of about 75 meters or so, and you can see from the blips on the screen here that you can detect a heartbeat from these kinds of ranges. You can hear a pretty audible sound as well to go alongside this, so it's pretty obvious when you are ADSing over someone with their heartbeat being pretty loud. What you guys will also notice is that you can ADS without having your weapon out. This is just so you can kind of make full use of that passive ability. Now when you see the reticle change color with the passive, that means that the enemy that you are ADSing on is in range of your tactical ability. So if you were to use your tactical ability, it is going to hit your target. So I guess this leads us on quite nicely to talk about the tactical ability. Seer's tactical is called Focus of Attention. When you use it, you emit a sort of tunnel of micro drones, and it's not an instant reaction type thing. There is a slight delay in using it and it actually becoming effective, so enemies that are caught within the tunnel can actually dodge it if they're quick enough. But if you're hit by Seer's tactical, you are going to be scanned for 8 seconds, roughly 7 to 8 seconds. And with this scan is also a clear indication for the enemy that scanned you of your health bar, so they can see exactly how healthy you are. Another additional ability to this tactical is that if you are caught using the tactical whilst you are healing or using an ability, for example, like let's say a grapple or Valk's jetpack, it is going to cancel it, but that doesn't mean you're silenced. You can just instantly repop the heal or use the ability again. The best way I would describe this is like a higher skill gap Bloodhound. It's not quite as easy as just point and click like Bloodhound, where it has a large area of effect. It is a much smaller area of effect. However, if you do manage to land the scan, it is going to be way more beneficial for you and your team than a Bloodhound scan. So while it's harder to use, it's definitely more rewarding for when you do hit those big scans. Seer's ultimate ability is called Exhibit, and when you use it, you throw out a small blue thing. I really don't know what to call this thing, but you throw this out and it creates a sphere of micro drones, and within that sphere, anyone who is caught running around will be caught on a everlasting scan. So if you're running around inside the sphere, you're going to be scanned at all times, and not only that, you're also going to have your footsteps visible through walls. So really, you don't want to be caught in an enemy Seer's ultimate. Like, if you see it, you need to get out. However, if you are caught in it and you can't get out, but you do want to remain anonymous, the best way to avoid it is to crouch walk. If you're caught crouch walking, you're not going to come up as scanned and the footsteps are not going to be visible, so you can sneak through a Seer ultimate. You just have to be super careful. You can also destroy a Seer ultimate if you see the orb emitter in the middle of the sphere. I think it's also worth noting that Seer ultimates are pretty obvious when they're used. I mean, the whole lobby is pretty much going to be able to say, hey look, there's a Seer ult over there. I mean, they're big, they're bright, very obvious when they're used. So don't think that, you know, if you're caught in a Seer ult that it's not going to attract attention. I think a lot of people are going to be running over towards you if they see this ultimate. I think Seer will be good for aggressive team comps because he's going to be really good for those ambushes and third parties where you catch a team with an unsuspecting scan. They are scanned for 8 seconds and then you can go in with aggressive characters like Octane, Pathfinder, Bangalore and do the damage whilst the enemies are scanned for those 7 to 8 seconds. A lot of people are suggesting that Bloodhound and Seer might work well together, and that remains to be seen. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure that 2 recon characters on the same team that both use scan abilities will be entirely necessary, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it turns out in the meta. But guys, that is going to just about do it for our first in-depth look at Seer. I am going to come back very soon with a guide on how to use Seer effectively in Season 10 after I've given him some in-game time myself. I hope you guys are looking forward to that one, but if you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel for more regular Apex Legends content from myself. Until next time guys, it's been your boy Ashton. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy and goodbye.